So my boss called and told me to check out the collection he just bought sight unseen. I said, sight unseen? You mean you gave the guy money without ever looking at the trains? So now you want me to check out what you bought. Wow, look at all this stuff. They are in boxes all right, but the boxes have been taped like crazy to hold them together. Some are in good shape, but most are in tatters. These boxes won't make much difference in the price. Here's the Gateman, the 45N automatic Gateman. Here it is. Got some kind of surface spot rusting, kind of too bad. Tin plate, that's always a good one. You have the little red light in the base to light up the lantern when it comes out. Unfortunately, the 145, the post-war version, they got rid of that. The shack they illuminate, which is nice, but the best part was always having the little lantern illuminate. Boxed, somewhat boxed, I guess you could say, 2625 Irvington car. One of the best of the pre-war, then later post-war passenger cars, looking like the Pullman car. Looks great with the GG1 or a Hudson or Berkshire. Jam, yeah, that's the Irvington 2625. Pretty good shape. Rollers look good. Both of the electro couplers are in good shape. Got some break on the wire insulation here we'll have to replace. It's common to see the windows kind of shrinking, whatever that material is that it's made of, some sort of celluloid, I guess, getting pulled away from the center windows. That's very common. This is the early version of the Irvington car because it doesn't have the silhouettes in the window. The thing to look for in any of these types of cars is to make sure the steps are intact on all four corners. 156 station platform box. Flaps are all there, and it's got some sort of an insert, I guess, here. There we go. Very nice. That's a solid piece. It's got a little bit of business going on the roof that has to be cleaned up if possible. The base too, but there's no cracks in it, and the paint is hung in there on the both sides of the roof and on all parts of the platform base. 4 original signs. You know how to tell the original signs is well, first of all, they'll look maybe a little dirtier, but they also have a little tab on the underside to help hold it onto the fence post. The fence posts all have the original arrowhead, I guess you'd call it. Oh, we might be, yep, we're missing a big one on the end here. Other than that, it's in good shape. Here we have the gang car. It's better than running it on the main line because with the single pickup roller, doesn't really like going through switches too much, but that's it could be cleaned up. It's got the one gray figure that swings back and forth. Common version with the horn off to the side on the brush plate. And it's got one of the blue figures, and the post for the other blue figure to sit on is intact, so that's good. It's decent. This is the version with the bumper holders, the bumper bracket that bends down. 2641 transformer car. So that's a nice die-cast car. It's got the original transformer. It's got all of the insulators intact on it. That's a big deal. That's very nice to see. Plus the car itself, it's got both brake wheel stands. It has all 4 of the step ladders, and the couplers are intact, and all the trucks have the magnetic coupler contact shoes. So this car is in very, very good shape. 3472 milk car, classic of classics. The best operating car they ever made, right? Every layout should have one. So here's the platform. Platform's in pretty good shape. And the car itself is in some newspaper. And 3472, you know, it's going to be the white, the smaller white car. And this is an earlier version with the metal doors instead of the white plastic doors. And that's where the milk cans are in. Might be jammed in there because you shouldn't be able to see them unless there's like about 10 in there. But we do have some milk cans. 2460 crane car. This box is kind of falling apart. We're not going to fight it. It's kind of, we'll just open on itself. Now, the rare version of this car, of course, is the gray cab. And it's the black car, but that's okay. Nice insert. The car itself, well, what do we got going on here? Oh, it's missing the little wheel. Oh, we got some problems with this one. It's missing the wheel. We've got breakage here on the end. The fulcrum wheel is intact, but this plastic part, the boom, has to be replaced because this is a key part right here that holds a little, it's to raise and lower the boom, basically, whatever that part's called. I don't know off the top of my head. At least the cab is in good shape, and it's the 6-wheel version. It's missing a wheel set, but the electrocoupler shoes are intact, and we've got some line there. There's some work that has to be done with this, but the printing is pretty clear. It looks like it's in pretty good shape. So it's very strong here. The number on the side here and on the side of the boom is pretty strong. So a 6-wheel crane car, one of the better ones. Again, one of those post-war freight cars that everybody should have if you run post-war. 164 electric lumber loader, one of the classic accessories from the pre-war and early post-war era. Original box. It's got a lot of extra tape on it, and then it has this extra label on the front, which doesn't bother me too much because that's kind of part of the original flavor of when it was purchased, I think. That's one of the sturdy accessory, that's for sure. And it has the original controller. You can get reissue controllers, reproduction controllers, but the original ones look the best. This is the silver version, not the gray pre-war version. A lot of play value with this. Paint looks good, pretty strong. Might have a few scuffs along this edge where a train may have been running too close to it. Roof is pretty much perfect. There's just one little paint nick here. Number 455, oil derrick and pumper. Again, in the original box with a little extra tape on it, unfortunately. That's what the nice crisp label on it. It's like inked on as opposed to being a separately applied label. And we do have the insert. And so you can see this is not the red top version, but it's complete. Here's the crank, and then inside we have the controller button, and we have, this is always good, the original sign, and come on out. 4 barrels, so very nice. Number 97. Remote control coal elevator, like the 164 lumber loader. This is a classic accessory, as classic as it gets. And we have the label on the front. There's a 160 bin for good measure. Operating instructions. A bag of coal. And here is the accessory. Again, here we are with the original controller. Accessory is all silver or aluminum painted. Paint looks pretty good on the roof and on the building. Again, this is sturdy, well built, great play value, great operator. 397 diesel coal loader. This one is infamous. It really puts coal all over the place. Nice box though. And we have a bag of coal, 364 on-off switch. There's an envelope for the accessory. Inspection tag. And as far as rare variations are concerned, as many people know, the version with the yellow diesel cover and the 70-yard light and the gray painted base is the rare version. Common is blue diesel cover, no light, and a hammer tone or crackle gray. It's a hammer tone finish paint on the base. So this does have an insert, and this is the common blue version, but it looks very clean. A lot of these accessories, the lumber loader and the coal loader and this coal loader, you know, they have a AC motor in it, much like a locomotive, and so it takes much of the same maintenance measures. Lube, oil, brushes, clean it up in order to make it operate smoothly and optimally. This has the shield, it's clear shield on the front, it's all intact, it's not cracked. And it looks like the belt is all intact and it's still got some pliability to it. But it is a mess. When this thing runs, it just pours coal all over the place. And it's usually used in conjunction with a 456 coal ramp. You can run them separately, but a lot of people like to run them together. That way you can dump the coal into it, although you are supposed to be able to dump coal into the side here. And of course, use the elevator part to load coal into the car. This heavy box is for a ZW transformer. It's got a little extra tape on it as usual. This version here is the 250 watt, not the 275 watt version, as the label says. There's the tag that shows what type of transformer it is. We'll probably replace the cord, although it doesn't appear to be in too bad a shape. And we'll check on the carbon rollers on the winding, but those feel like they're in good shape, and we'll double check the direction and whistle buttons, the lights, make sure we've got the right lens caps on there. But a ZW transformer, one of the best ways to run original post-war trains. Let's hope we save the best till last. Here's a boxed 2332 GG1. Maybe we'll get lucky, and it will be the extremely rare black version.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Just click the subscribe button. You'll know every time we upload a new segment.